So, the morning after the night before, I can tell you I'm absolutely knackered. We pulled the first load of honey, and I'm absolutely staggered the amount we have. This is actually about 102 supers, and all got an average of about 12 to 15 kilos per super. So we're looking at already a ton of honey, so I'm really, really pleased. Nice boxes, every single one is full. There's not much more you can really say, to be honest. I'm just really lucky that I had some help when I did, because there is absolutely no way I'd have been able to do this on my own. I mean, just the thickness in some of the frames, look, it's just unreal. So we started yesterday morning at a quite civilized time, Sunday morning, about 9 o'clock. By the time we got to the first apiary, it was 10 o'clock. But what we did was we worked together. My kind of hired help I have is really keen, Beekeeper, and he's been. I've actually had him here before when he was doing like a certificate of beekeeping. He did some work experience here with me, which is great. And I got to know him, and it's having that person you can call on and rely on, because when you're in the apiary and the shit hits the fan, like you drop something or you need something done in a certain way and they're there, that's what's important. I never could have got all this pulled yesterday without that help and being able to work through as a team together. It was really cool because basically what we do is we go into the hive, we get kitted up, which we are in most cases, because we did one trip, we managed to get 2 or 3 apiaries done in each trip. But then when you get back, the truck is full. So you've got to physically come back to unload the honey, because you've got over 500 kilos in the back of the truck, and you can't physically stack more than 2 supers high, because it's just too high to work. And that's where the handling comes in, and all this question about what's the best thing. But anyway, we go into the apiary, we get kitted up, and we basically smoke all the hives hard, okay? But most of the smoke stays in the bottom, but it gives that blocking of all that stress transmission when you start going in the hives. So we do all that, we wait 5 minutes, we get organised, and we start at one end, we lift the roof off, and then we lift the first super off, put it on its side, on a hive next door, on top of the next door hive, and just blow the bees off. But you blow them into the direction that your hive is. So you're not actually going into the brood box, you're only sort of sending the workers and the nurse bees and all those different stages of bees onto the ground and onto the floor in front of the hive. I had been in all my apiaries, as I said in my last video, and cut everything. So the grass was short, the grass was dry, and the bees could climb back up into the hives really easily. So yesterday we had that bonus, and I'm kind of thanking my lucky stars that we had it, because it was dry, my hired help turned up on time, the weather went much better than they said it was going to do. They forecast it to cloud over with a little bit of light drizzle by the afternoon, and it was just beautiful sunshine. The temperature was really warm, so I was able to get the honey back here, all together, dropped off, and then now I've got the situation where I've got to extract. Okay, so just getting the honey off is one process, and extracting it is another, and that's where the time starts, because I don't have a decapper. This is my decapper. I have a manual decapper. It's called these hands, and I've got obviously a nice big decapping tank that I bought off my friend. I can show you this. This is more than big enough and what I need. Nice and shiny and clean, and that will do me. I'm also using this table as a deboxing table, because it's got really nice thick feet. It's a wooden pine table I bought years ago. We've used it for so many things, but I'm going to put 2 wooden struts on there, exactly the same width as here, and when I put the super on top, it pushes the frames out. It's all rough until I get my building built, but it does the job, okay? And then from there, obviously, I go into the decapper, and from there I go into my Koenigan 32 frame extractor, which I'm very pleased with. I just hope it's going to be fine, but I'm also bolting down the base on a pallet, and I've got to put the pallets together. So there's still loads of things to sort out. So I'm kind of rushing around, trying to work out the best scenario of what to do next. But we have the honey. So the dilemma is now for me today, what do I do? The weather's a bit shitty this morning. Do I go to the apiaries and put supers back on to those hives I took the bees off because they're all really strong? I have spare supers at my old workshop I can take and use. But then what do I do with these babies? What do I do with all of these when they're empty? Because I don't want them robbed out. I want them used again on top of hives. So the dilemma is, if I don't do that, it might induce swarming because the bees are extremely compact and they need space. And the weather's going to get warmer this week. And I've got loads of stuff to do, as well as trying to get the honey extracted. I've got to pull the next lot. And I've also got queens coming out in 2 days that are ready. And I need to make splits. So I just don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, get my head down and do the best I can. But that is kind of where we are at the moment. It's total chaos. I did organise this room quite well. I bought some vinyl, I'll show you here, to cover my tiles so I don't wreck my floor. It's not the fact the floor wouldn't stand up to it, it's quite solid, but I don't like getting propolis and shit all through the pointing here. When you've got a bit of vinyl laid down, it makes everything so much better and you can keep it clean. So it is kind of fairly orderly here, and I have got room to sort out stuff. But I did have a problem yesterday because when I came back, my son had left the doors open and we have bees everywhere, but the majority is sorted out now. And we're going to get the hoover out, and within a couple of days it'll all be gone anyway. Most have gone back out the door and joined another colony. As you can see, this isn't ideal extracting in here because I'm going to get bee shit everywhere, but it is what it is. I just got no choice. And I can clean the whole thing up after. There's nothing wrong with making a mess as long as you can clean it up after and get everything back to how it should be. So I've got to go. I've got to get this video uploaded, and then I've got to get back to work because there is no time to make videos at the moment. But anyway, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a good day and everything is going well, because I'm really happy. Just to reiterate that, it's been a fantastic start. I can't believe how much honey we've got on all these hives after having such a rubbish year last year. But it just proves how things can turn around. So I'll speak to you again soon. I'll keep you updated. Take care. Bye-bye.